I'm headed back to Zany's in Nashville, Friday, March 28th and Saturday, March 29th. Madison, Wisconsin. I'm excited to announce I'm shooting my next special at your club, Comedy on State. I was there not too long ago, had such a great time, such a great club. I'm excited to work with them and bring you my next special. 2 shows, Saturday, April 12th. Get your tickets now at ryansickler.com.
Hey, baby, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party.
Welcome back to the Wayback, everybody. Ryan Sickler here, ryansickler.com and Ryan Sickler on all your social media. And starting this episode, like I start all my episodes on my podcast, by saying thank you, gratitude. Thank you for supporting this show, all right? I'm very excited to have this guy here in the Wayback with me. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Tripoli. Welcome to the Wayback,
dog?
buddy.
Good to be back. Well, good to be here for the first time, actually.
In the Wayback.
In the Wayback, dude.
Before I ask you about this seat, please promote whatever you'd like. That's you right there.
Go to samtripoli.com for all things Sam Tripoli, my dates, my T-shirts, all that stuff. I have a special that's out right now. Holla at your boy. It's called Quiet. Basically, it's Why Is Everybody Getting Quiet? You can find it on Rumble, samtripoli.com, Twitter, X. Probably should put it on YouTube, but that sounds like a waste of time. And then just check out my podcast. I have 3 really great ones. I have a bunch of podcasts, but the ones I really want you to know about are Broken Simulation, where me and Johnny Woodard, we just go over the week that is the Broken Simulation, the Tinfoil Hat, which is my flagship podcast about conspiracies, and then one of my favorite shows is called Deep Waters with Dylan Wren, and it's a debate show. You know, he's a wood gypsy, I'm a weirdo, and we just debate conspiracies and politics, so go check that out.
I usually start these episodes off, we're the same age, so I know you remember this seat. I usually start it off with, have you ever actually sat in this seat growing up?
Yes.
So who had that car?
David Palmer, one of my good friends, his dad had a really nice clothing store on Main Street of Cortland, New York.
Do you remember what kind of car it was?
It was one of those long, what are those things? It was a station wagon.
Yeah, I know. Do you remember what kind? Like a Chevy?
No. I just know it was like a brown and tan.
Yeah.
Which everything at that time was brown and tan.
We had a brown one. Yeah, we had a brown Ford. And you're sitting back here looking out with him.
And David used to love to do something where he would just come up to a car and for no reason hit the brakes really hard, so it sounded like he was screeching, and you just see people in front of him go, ah! He did it all the time.
Something we used to do it's so dangerous and so stupid, but here, hold my mic. I'm going to show you what we used to do. We'd be making a left turn, okay? Well, hold on, wait. Traffic's coming at you, humming at you, and you're waiting to make your left. And we used to put the blinker on, and just as someone's coming, we would dip the shoulder and just take your hand and loosely over the wheel like this. And dude, people are like, they see you hitting the hands over the wheel and you're running them loose. Dude, they would swerve. Yeah, I'm like, we're going to kill somebody.
The best. The best.
The fear. Oh. Another one we used to do, because I lived out in the county too, so you'd be driving a lot on 2-lane roads, double yellow, but no shoulder, just grass or maybe a little bit of gravel. Right. You know what I mean? Out in the country. And a big thing was flashing your headlights, to let people know there was a cop up there, radar. And
oh, yeah, dude, people used to do that all the time.
Yeah, and if you get caught, you get in trouble. But, dude, we used to do this where there was no cop. But if you were hauling it toward us, we'd hit those headlights, and we would look in the rear view and die laughing because they hit those brakes. That car's doing an endo, and they're throwing a thumbs up like, thank you, buddy. And we're dying.
I used to do it all the time, dude. I love that, bro.
It's so good.
I love that, dude. Driving in upstate New York was always crazy because even when I go back, man, there's just like dead animals everywhere. You don't see that in LA.
Forget about deer and raccoon and everywhere. Yeah,
just carcasses. Like it's like Fallout or something like that. Just dead bodies all over the place. Everyone's just driving like nothing happened.
All right, so it's you, your brother. You got just 2 of you, right?
Yes.
Well, I ask everybody talking about stories, and you have one I want to talk, because I don't think anyone's ever come on. We've loosely touched on it, but when you found out Santa wasn't real.
Bro, I found out Santa wasn't real. I forget, was I like 4? Like,
that's young.
Yeah, I was super young.
That's young because my daughter's 9 right now, and yesterday she said something about making a Christmas list that she's like, "Oh, people could get that for me for Christmas." I go, "Or we could put it on there for Santa," and she went, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh,
it's over.
We haven't had the conversation yet, though.
I was so upset. I was at my next
That's early, dude.
Yeah.
What happened?
The boys were next door, and they were very close. We were very close in like elementary school. We grew up together.
What school?
In elementary school.
Elementary.
What,
I don't know. I've never heard anybody accent it like
how do you say it?
How do you say it?
How do you say it?
Elementary. Like elemen with a tree in there.
Oh, great. Now I got now I'm an idiot. Well, dude, I flunked first grade, bro. What do you want from me?
I forget about that.
Yeah, I remember when I said documentary and then like
documentary.
Yeah, there we go, dude. I'm from upstate New York. We say it different.
Do you say documentary?
Potter says elementary too.
What?
Josh Potter says elementary.
Oh, that's upstate New
York.
It
must be an upstate New York thing.
I wonder. We'll see.
Thank you for that
Buffalo
saying.
fans. Come here, Princess. What do you say, girl?
This guy's bullying me over here.
It. She likes it. She wants you to know it's okay.
Well, you are the co-host.
Princess likes it. Okay, so go ahead. Sorry.
So they were next door neighbors, and we were all like, there was like, I'd say there was about 5 of us, or 4 of us. Danny was the next door neighbor. Then we had the Gleason sisters down the street. Mm-hmm. And like, as my daughters get older, I think about like when I was their age and what we were doing. I'm like, oh, I'm horrible. That's probably why I'm a train wreck of a human being, what we were getting into, because your parents would just let you go. And you had the whole neighborhood, and you just run around.
And what are you getting into? What are you doing?
Well, I remember one time I ran away.
Wait, hold on. Santa's not real. You got to stay on the story.
Okay.
This is how you found out.
So, it's around
and
Christmas.
We're going to come back to running away. Don't let us forget.
It was around Christmas time, and, we went over to the Lavoie's, and we were all just sitting around, and we were, they were asking me if I'm super excited about Christmas, and I go, yeah, I'm so excited. Now, here's the thing about Christmas that makes my whole, story really crazy, was that we would go to Niagara Falls every Christmas. So what I was told by my parents is like we would drive on Christmas Eve. So what I was told by my parents was that Santa came a day early to give us the gifts. And I always go, man, that's got to be tough because you got to do the world the next day.
But the Tripoli's first. The Tripoli's are first.
This guy's like, this Tripoli.
They got to get to Niagara Falls. Come on, Rudolph. Yeah.
Or maybe he had his intern just dressed like him.
So wait, is Lavoie also, is it Jewish? Is that a Jewish name?
Is, they were French Canadian.
Okay.
He was French Canadian. His father was a lumberjack.
That's how it got ruined in our neighborhood, because the Jewish kids always knew there was.
No. Yeah. We had one Jewish family and one black family in all of my upstate New York, which was about Cortland, which was at the time maybe 17,000 people.
Okay.
Which is basically like now, like the block I live on. That's how many people I have living on my block in LA. So we go over there and they're talking about, Christmas. I'm like, I can't wait till Santa comes. And then Danny, who is my friend, his sister, who's younger, is Julie. And Julie just goes, Santa's not real. I go, what are you talking about? Of course Santa's not real. She goes, Mom, isn't Santa not real? And dude, this grown woman.
No.
Who is the nicest person outside this moment goes to me, yes, Sam, Santa's not real.
This lady co-signed on it and broke it to you like that? Oh, that's devastating.
That's the worst.
Are your parents there in front of her?
No, we were over there. They were in my house.
Oh, no.
Dude, the worst. I will keep that lie going forever with my children.
Did you go back and tell your parents and they said, yeah, it's true, or did they fight that?
I remember going back and they were just like, oh, who knows? She's just joking. And I go, no, man. And I tell people this all the time. People always go, what is the first conspiracy that you believed in? I go, Santa Claus is the first conspiracy because it's a giant blackmailing scheme to get you to act like a good kid, right? If you act like a good kid,
wait, did you believe in Jesus before Santa?
Yeah, I believe in Jesus now, bro. I'm a holy roller, dog.
You don't think that's the same as Santa?
No.
No.
No way,
Okay.
bro. You think Jesus and Santa are in the same kind of realm?
I think that the mindset of controlling people is in the same realm.
I understand what you're saying. That it's
The
a
religion
giant,
keeps people in check
right,
the way
right.
Christmas keeps
Well, I'm
these
not a
kids
religious
in check.
guy. I'm a spiritual dude.
Well,
I
me
do
too.
think there is a.
But you just
a guy
said you were a
named
holy
Jesus.
roller.
I do love Jesus, dog. Now you're going to tell me he's not real? Great. Now I'm going to go on another podcast.
But I'm not telling you Jesus is
So,
real.
dude, so when she told me that, I was devastated. Christmas
Did you cry?
was
Do you
never
remember
the same.
crying?
Yeah, I was really upset, man. I was really upset.
Are you searching for answers? Like, were you scared also?
No, dude,
like,
you know what I
if
started
he's not
doing?
real, I'm never getting presents again, because you only think that's where they come
100%,
from, right?
100%.
Yeah.
And I just started it was like my Kill Bill moment. Where I'm like, I'm going to revenge this moment. I'm going to teach her. Like, I always used to have fantasies of dressing up as Santa Claus, just dropping a deuce right on her porch.
Did
bro.
you really?
Yeah.
You had Santa Claus revenge.
Yeah. I was so pissed. She told me Santa wasn't real. I was
does
so
suck.
upset.
You had a good 4 more years minimum. You did.
Enjoying that, dude. Enjoying thinking that.
Did you then go tell kids in school?
No, dude.
You kept that
No.
shit to yourself?
Yeah.
Did your brother know at that point?
No.
Did you tell him?
No.
Wow.
Dude, I swore at that point.
You weren't like, dude, you ain't gonna
No.
believe it.
I was, dude,
I
I'm
don't
not lying
remember-
to you when I tell you I was devastated.
I fully
My
believe it.
world is rocked.
I don't remember the moment like that. I don't remember the moment. I sort of remember, because once you also get to be 8 or 9, you got kids in school who have older brothers and sisters,
Right.
and they're already telling them that shit ain't real. And
Yeah.
then it filters down, and then you got to go to your parents, and they got to figure out how they're going to answer that question.
Joe
which
wrote-
I still say, like, look, if you don't believe it, shit ain't coming.
Yeah.
You know
well,
what
Joe
I mean? Try
Rogan
not
has a great
believing
bit
it.
about how you don't want your kid to be the first,
Yeah.
but you don't also want them to be the last.
That's true, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? You want kind of in the middle. I
Yeah.
think that's good. But yeah, 4 or 5 is just too early to learn about that, and it takes away all the magic.
I do remember once we knew Santa wasn't real too, my dad was like, listen, if you tell your little brother you ain't getting shit anymore, we're like, okay, we're shutting the fuck up. Like, that's the one thing I would say we could, we're united on.
Well, I wish
But
I still
we
believe
get
in
up in the
Santa.
morning and we go down and we would just like poke a pinhole in the gift, and I'd be like, you got Luke Skywalker. We just little things like, what's that? You got a baseball glove. And then we go back upstairs and sleep and then get up and like, hey, a baseball glove, Luke Skywalker.
I remember as I kept the facade going that I believed in Santa Claus, I found where they hid the presents.
You did.
And I was just lifting them up.
And
I was
shake.
like, it's like when you do with a melon, you kind of hear it.
Mhm.
I go, okay, robot dinosaurs.
Because you start figuring out shit. So I'm like, why is the wrapping paper the same every year? Oh, well, then it became Santa just delivers them and we have to wrap them. Like, really? That's hard to be.
They
You
just
know what
want
I
to
mean?
hold on to it.
But I do remember the moment I found out wrestling was fake.
Oh,
I mean, I already had my suspicions. But the moment my dad said something where it clicked and I
It's
was just
so
like,
funny, dude.
My dad.
how old were you?
Probably like, I don't know, 9, 10.
When
Maybe younger a little bit, but right around that pocket, 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade. And we were so into it. We were also really into sports, and my brother and I would wrestle and fight and football and everything. And my dad would always tell us the guy coming out second's going to win. I'm like, how do you know this shit, Dad? And he's like, it's fake. And we're like, it is not fake. He's like,
I was so upset.
it's fake. And I'm like, how's it fake? And he goes, all right, I'll ask you a question. And this is what did it. He goes, if you and I are wrestling and I grab you by the arm and I throw you against the ropes, what are you going to do? And I went, hold on. And he goes, yup. And I went, oh, no. Like, why do they slingshot up? Like, they don't have any power to wrap it up. And when he said that and I thought that, I was like, it was over.
Well, do you know
I was
that?
like, oh, my God, I would never slingshot off.
Do you know that wrestling started real?
No, I
it
didn't know
was.
that. I mean,
it
look,
was
I know
catch
everybody gets
wrestling.
upset. It is still very real what they do and all
Oh,
that.
they
I'm saying,
dude.
the whole, I had no idea there was the pageantry behind it and the storylines
Right.
and all this. And my dad's like Hulk Hogan.
It
And
started out as
damn.
it's basically a men's soap opera
Yeah.
with
For sure,
fighting.
for
That's
sure.
really it. But it started out as shoot wrestling, but then they realized that they'd rather control the outcome so they can know. But you know, so funny. It's like I don't remember how old I was when I found out that wrestling wasn't real. But I remember, and this goes back to conspiracies. I remember being absolutely devastated that the Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan got busted in a car, drunk together.
Yeah.
And again, another time my reality shatters. I'm like, you two are supposed to hate each
You're
other.
enemies.
You're
bro.
enemies. He's like, I ran number one. Marco, Tua. He was the original Hot Tui
Yes,
guy.
he was.
Right?
The Iron Sheik
Tui.
was the original Hawk Tui guy.
Hot Tui, right? And then, dude, they were,
shit.
I'm like, oh, and they got big trouble after that. They were basically ran out of the WWE because they got caught. But, dude, I used to love pro wrestling, man. If you ever just really want to feel what pro wrestling was about, just go watch the match between Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. And it is electric,
Do you know what I've been
bro.
doing lately? I can't find anything to watch anymore. I just watched Hulk Hogan beat the Iron Sheik at Madison Square Garden, the whole thing. I just watch Hogan and the Warrior. I go back and I watch old school Jimmy Snuka shit.
Oh.
And when he's jumping off ropes. I mean, it was a fun fucking time.
It was the best time, dude. The energy is fire.
Yeah.
And by the way,
We used
the
to go to the-
original podcast is Piper's Pit, dude.
Yeah. That's an interesting point.
That's the original podcast.
That's an interesting point. I mean, the whole cracking the coconut over Snooker's
The
head
best.
took it all to the 84. Wow. 12 years before the internet existed.
Right, dude?
It's
That was
impressive.
the first one,
Piper's
invite
Pit.
people on.
Yeah.
And then I remember when he had the guy who's had like one name. His name was like George.
hmm
And he's like, please welcome George. I'm
George
like, oh.
Animal Steel.
No. It
Oh,
was the
no.
guy who just had like the tighty whities. They'd be like, and he was always there to lose. Do you remember those guys?
I do remember
Because
those
it'd be
guys.
like the Ultimate
Like Special
Warrior
Delivery
versus Bill,
Jones.
right? Versus Bill. And you're like, Bill's going to get annihilated.
We were talking before the show too, and you said you come from a family of bowlers. Talk to us about that. Who's in the family was bowling?
Dude, everybody.
Like grandparents started?
Oh, my grandfather was a awesome bowler.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Ever
dude.
bowl a 300?
I don't have a lot
Your
of.
grandfather
Oh, my brothers did it all the time.
bowled perfect games?
Both hands.
No.
My brother could bowl 300 with both hands.
Bullshit.
Yeah, he lived it. Dude, he lived in Cortland. Yep. Me and my brother almost bought that. Dude, it's the best, bro.
That's your bowling alley, huh?
Yep. That's where my brother reigns supreme, bro.
How did he not go pro rolling perfect games with both hands?
Dude, my brother was, we talked about this, I think, before, but I used to call my brother the White Bo Jackson because he could dominate
He was that kid.
bowling and
like
golf.
the neighborhood legend and all of it.
Just white sports. He was amazing. And when you're from upstate New York, okay. Now the crazy thing about Cortland, they just won the Division III football league. Yeah, dude, that's where I was raised. I was raised in those lanes.
On those lanes, huh?
Every Saturday, man, we would go bowl in a bowling league, and my brother
Was your brother the
was a
best bowler in the
god.
family?
Oh, my brother at one
Was a
point was
god.
probably the best high school bowler in New York State.
Is that right?
No, he was so.
Why didn't he do anything with that?
My brother just is a man on his own journey,
Yeah.
dude. He I love him very much. He has he got a
He could have
got
been
a
that guy. What
scholarship
was the
to
dude?
Wichita State. He didn't even
For
take-
bowling?
For bowling, bro.
I didn't even know they had that. He didn't take it. I'd have been up in Wichita fucking bowling the shit out of everything.
Bro, they had this thing on Saturday nights called Rock and Bowl,
Mhm.
and we
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
we'd
turn
have
off
that.
the lights,
Yeah.
glow stuff.
Yeah,
Boom,
that looks
there
like
it
it
is.
right
That's
there.
Rock and Bowl right there. I used to love
Yeah.
Rock and Bowl, and dude, Cortland is so shady, dude.
Did they
It's-
serve alcohol in that one?
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
said, dude, it was.
you
You could
seeing
probably get
fights and
meth
shit in
if
there
you
back
wanted
in the
to.
day?
What's that?
You seeing fights back in
Oh,
the day there?
dude. Tables, I mean, chairs getting thrown because you talked while he was approaching the lanes, dude. The
Look, okay,
best,
you
bro.
just reminded me of a great story I forgot about. There's two of them. I never even heard of the term lane courtesy in my life. It's high school. I've been bowling a bunch. And I walk up at the same time the guy to my left walks up. And this dude starts going off on me. He said, "You got a problem? You don't have lane courtesy?" And I'm like, "What?" It's a grown man. And I was like, did I cut you off driving here or something? He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? What's lane cars? He goes, you don't walk up the same time somebody else does. I was like,
bro,
oh, that's a thing?
That's a big
He told
thing,
me it was a
bro.
thing. But he could tell I was genuinely confused because I was like, was I driving here, cut you off? Like, what are you talking about lanes? He's like, no, bro, you let everyone go.
Yeah,
And I was
whoever
like,
steps
oh,
up
shit.
first goes first.
So I totally forgot about this. We used to do these dumb dares. We would do shit like, we'd just be out bored. We'd be like, hey, take this wig. It looked like a Tommy Lee wig from Motley Crue back in the day. And we'd like, dare you to just fucking poke your head in Pizza Hut and just scream, hey, did anybody call a cab? It was back when, by the way, that's back when Pizza Hut was a restaurant and there's people sitting in there, not just the carry out counter. And we would just do that. We put on like a big mullet wig and we just have a cigarette in our mouth. We'd be in high school. Open the door to Pizza Hut, just lean in, be like, anybody call a cab? And just look around like that and no one says anything. And then we do shit like this nonstop. So my buddy decides, we pull some money together and he's like, I'm going to streak the bowling alley. And we're like, you're fucking crazy. He's like, I was like, that's a long run. He's like, I'm going to streak it. He's like, here's the deal though. You got to be on the other side waiting. And we're like, if you're honestly going to get naked and fucking sprint, they're going to, bowling alley, they're going to come in this side, they're going to run and they're going to go out that side. And they're like, you got to pull money together. So we pull, we're all high school. We get like $100 and a couple bucks.
That's pretty good,
That's
dude.
not bad. In the fucking late 80s, early 90s. So my buddy Anthony, and I forget who the other guy was. Another friend's like, I'm going to do it with him. We're like, okay. And like, you better not fuck us. When we had our station wagon, he's like, you better be over there waiting. And we're like, we're going to be there. And we drive. We go right over. And they wait so they can see us, okay? They are buck naked. And they sprint. And they're coming. They're making all kinds. Dude, they're jumping up and down like banshees. Like, ah! There's families in there. Their dicks are out or whatever. They get to these doors right where we are in Tripoli. They're locked. They're locked, dude. They got to go back. They fucking, the fear on their face. And then we realize, like, now, we're like, ah! And they just see these white asses. Now, people know what the fuck's going on. And they're yelling out, like, hey, you better come back here. And they're bare ass running into our station wagon on the other side to get out.
Dude, you have to.
I totally forgot about that.
Dude, that is hilarious. You have to be definitely a shower,
shit.
not a grower to
Oh,
streak.
yeah,
dude,
no
I
doubt.
could not do that. So,
even if I got scared, my dick would go up in me.
my buddy worked at CBS, my buddy from high school.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the only one who moved from Cortland to high school. Two of my friends from high school moved here and they just dominated, dude. Like one was a VP at Disney. The other one was head of non-scripted programming at CBS. Bro.
Damn.
So he hits me up one day. He's like,
No, Survivor and shit over there.
He goes, you want to do Survivor?
Nuh-uh.
I go, what? He goes, you want it? I'll get you on. I go, I can't do it, dude.
I'm doing it on stage in the comedy now.
I go, bro, I'm a grower, not a shower. I'm not gonna go on Survivor and be known as Baby Dick, dude.
Yeah,
you know
Baby Dick Sam. Baby Dick Trips.
Baby, I can't streak, dude. My shit.
You could never come back to the comedy community either,
never,
bro.
dude.
It'd be over.
But because they're using the pixel, it's the smallest pixelation.
Yeah, it's the tiniest one
they've ever had to use. Yeah, dude. So that was crazy. So my brother is such a great. My grandfather was such a good bowler. Like, I don't have a lot of regrets in my life. I used to have one. Now I got rid of that. But my biggest regrets in my life are three things. I left my mother too early because my dad was just pounding on me. You got to get out of this town. You got to get out of this town. And he kind of ran a psyop on me. I talked about this before to get me to Vegas. I left my mom too early. I really do regret that. The next one is I never did shrooms with Brody Stevens. Like, I wish I could have done shrooms with that guy, get him out of his own head and accept where he was.
Yeah.
And that probably was gay. And then the last one is my grandfather had this amazing bowling trophy back when people cared. And it was an encased bowling trophy with a little stick guy bowling that had the 7-10 split. Had the 7-10 split.
Oh, no shit. Yeah.
Because he picked it up.
He did hit one?
He got it. You know how hard it is to get a 7-10 split?
I mean, I don't know what the odds are, but I do know it's the hardest thing in bowling to do.
The hardest thing in bowling
is that harder than bowling a perfect game?
I think because I don't know anyone who's ever picked up a 7-10 split, and I know my brothers bowled 300s with both hands.
That's crazy. I mean, if I get a turkey, like if I get one, I won't shut
You're
up.
living that
you
best
ain't gonna
life,
fucking hear me. Yeah, I'm done. I'm all over you at the lanes.
So my brother,
I'm sitting like this. I don't ever sit like this. I'm at the lanes like this if I'm rolling a turkey.
you're the Jesus man.
These are how I sit at the lanes. You know what I mean? Just like this. I'm like,
Just staring at the women walking
rolling
by.
a turkey. Just bowl a turkey.
So my brother grew up in the bowling alley. So we're getting older. There's a bowling club at my school, and my dad decides he's going to coach it. My brother is the best on the team. He's averaging like
How could he not be?
270.
He could be the best right-handed and left-handed on the team.
But he did with
That's
both
ridiculous.
hands, dude.
Come on, girl.
So I decided to do it, dude. I start out, bro, at like a 130 average. By the end of the season, I was up to 180 average, dude.
Okay.
I was hitting 200s all the time because I was getting that spin action, dog, where you get like kind of the little tips here and you get your hand and I'd bang.
That's something I could never get to spin.
Dude, my brother.
Or it dances on that edge like
yeah,
that.
Oh, it's like, oh, it's got to go in there. Boom,
and
bro. And then you get that, I call it pin action when the thing explodes.
Who do you think you are? I am. That's who your brother could have been.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So we go to county, dude. Like there's a legitimate.
I don't think we had a bowling team at all.
We had a bowling team.
Did you
bro.
have it the whole time, or was it something you guys created while you were there?
I don't know, man, because one day it was there. I don't know if it was there when I didn't know it was there, but it was there,
Yeah.
and my dad ran it, and he did it for free. For as crazy as my dad was, he did that bowling team. He coached the bowling team for free, and we went to county, bro. Dude, I caught fire one day, dog.
Yeah, tell me.
I caught fire, dog. I couldn't miss the pocket, dude. And you ever see like the crazy bowlers who are like, boom!
Yeah,
bang!
yeah, I love it, yeah.
We would watch Saturday morning, like everyone else is watching football, we're watching professional bowling. My dream was to be in the Syracuse NBC Channel 3 Saturday bowling thing where they have kids on. Yeah, bro.
1985.
Yeah.
Click on that.
Yeah, bro.
There's
I
a
did that,
87
dude.
one too. Are you? If you're in this fucking,
I would
thing,
laugh so hard.
You'd be 12, right?
Yeah.
73.
Yep. I did it, dude.
Are you in this?
I
you
wish I
remember
was.
this?
Look at that.
You remember Perkins?
That poor chick never recovered from that. Never recovered from that. So my dad's the team. He takes us to county. And dude, I catch fire. But I'm watching like my dad would make us watch bowling with him, and these bowlers were just like bang, bang. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go for it. So
Did you?
I just bowl get strike. I'd be like, wow, dude, it's getting so crazy.
Earn from
The other team
Kingpin.
starts cheering for me.
Ah,
They're like Tripoli. I'm like, nothing but pin at. And dude, I'm just winging it out there. Bang, bro. I bowled I think I hit like 220, 240.
one of your best ever.
One of the best ever.
That's great.
But then we ended up losing county. But man, that was such a glorious day because I could never make any teams. But I was most improved on my bowling team because my bowling average went up 40 points.
Yeah, it's
Because I started getting pin action, dog. I was just getting that. I was like, bang! I was just throwing it out there. Boom, boom, boom. Pow, bro. It was the best. I want to join a bowling league so bad. I miss it, dude. I remember when my brother beat my dad for the first time in bowling.
You remember?
We were like, damn, that just happened. The old man got cooked.
and what'd he say?
He was not happy.
He was.
He
He
was
didn't
not
shake
happy.
his
He's
hand.
just explaining it
Get the
away.
fucking car.
My arm.
Yeah,
Oh God, my arm, my shoulder, dude, erected at work.
Brother, thank you for doing this with me.
I know, this is great.
This
it's
is
over.
great.
It's so
Yeah, it's
fast.
fast and fun and
We
quick.
didn't even get to the fat goth girls.
Promote. You come back, dude. Promote everything right there, please. Your
Go to
special, all that stuff.
Go to samtripoli.com. My new special that's dropped is called Quiet. It's basically why is everybody getting quiet? It's an hour. I hope you enjoy it. It's about my life. You can get it on Rumble, samtripoli.com. Still debating whether I'm going to put it on YouTube, but go check YouTube. I'm sure it'll be up. And just listen to my podcast, Broken Simulation, Tinfoil Hat, and Deep Water, a.k.a. Deep Water. So thanks for having me on. I love you, buddy.
Always. Love you too. As always, Ryan Sickler on all your social media, ryansickler.com. We'll talk to y'all next week.